While some NFL players get more attention and love than deserve thanks to past success,
second down, long one, fake the handoff, Stroud gets crushed!
other big-time stars have been playing at an all-pro level without any proper recognition.
Go, Flowers on the edge, brought down by McDuffie!
For whatever reason, they continue to fly under the radar without being detected more often than not. So, with the 2025 season quickly approaching, how about we dive into the 5 most overrated NFL players right now and the 5 most underrated. Overrated, Justin Herbert.
3rd and 6. Herbert slammed down!
It is indeed time to have a conversation about Justin Herbert. The Los Angeles Chargers QB has been the NFL's ultimate statistics machine over his first 5 seasons. He holds the record for most career passing yards through a quarterback's first 2, 3, 4, and 5 seasons. Herbert's 69 passing touchdowns over his first 2 seasons are also an NFL record. I mean, based on statistics alone, Herbert is very much in play for a spot in the Pro Football Hall of Fame down the line. But context matters here. Herbert has jaw-dropping passing numbers because, well, he's thrown the ball a lot more often than his peers. In 2020, he finished 4th in pass attempts despite playing 15 games. He was 2nd in pass attempts in 2021 and 2022, behind only Tom Brady. Herbert only didn't finish higher in 2023 because he missed 4 games. And by the way, among active quarterbacks, he is tied for 20th in career yards per pass attempt at 7.2, with Geno Smith, Jimmy Garoppolo, Ryan Tannehill, Teddy Bridgewater, and Marcus Mariota, who all have better career averages. And then there's a lack of playoff success thing. Herbert's Chargers coughed up a 27-point lead on the Jacksonville Jaguars in the 2022 wildcard round. The defense and Brandon Staley's coaching take most of the blame, but Herbert really couldn't get one extra stinking first down. And last year, Herbert was blessed with a top-tier head coach in Jim Harbaugh, the league's best scoring defense, an elite offensive line, and a dangerous run game. The Chargers got the banged-up Houston Texans in the wildcard round, and yet Herbert imploded with 4 interceptions and a 32-12 blowout loss. So, is Herbert really that great, or does he just get to pad his stats because he throws the ball way more? And hey, can the guy please get a playoff win before we put him in the class of elite quarterbacks? We are still waiting on that. Underrated, Nico Collins. It took the Houston Texans some time to find their new WR1 after Bill O'Brien's mind-numbing decision to trade DeAndre Hopkins back in 2020. But after uneventful 2021 and 2022 seasons to begin his career, Nico Collins happily stepped in as the new WR1 in Houston. All it took was a star quarterback, in this instance CJ Stroud, for Collins to finally put it all together.
From the edge, he gets away from Kyler Gordon. On the run, hit it, completes it to Collins.
Collins broke out in 2023 by catching 80 passes for 1,297 yards and 8 touchdowns, helping Houston to a surprise AFC South Division crown and a wild-card round win over the Cleveland Browns. Despite missing 5 games in 2023, Collins still caught 68 passes for 1,006 yards and 7 touchdowns. Everyone talks about Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson being the league's top 2 receivers. And you know, that's not up for debate. But man, if the last 2 seasons are an indication of anything, it's that Collins is on the verge of entering that upper echelon of wide receivers too. After all, he is top 10 in receiving yards and receiving TDs since 2023, despite 7 games in that period. Overrated, Trevon Diggs.
Giants training camps. Here is Goff going for the deep ball. Oh, what an interception!
Diggs' resume reads 2 Pro Bowl selections and 2021 first-team All-Pro honors. Jerry Jones handed Diggs a 5-year, $97 million extension in 2023, further hyping the Alabama product as a bona fide superstar. And for all you kids who play Madden but don't follow the Dallas Cowboys, man, you probably think that he is a premier cornerback because he is always rated very high in the video game. But man, we gotta be real here. Diggs only gets this much love because of his 2021 season. That year, he led the league with 11 interceptions, including 2 pick sixes. But according to Pro Football Reference, he also allowed 907 yards and 4 touchdowns in coverage. Diggs has never been great in coverage, since he's not really racking up jaw-dropping INT totals anymore. He's not making the impact that the Cowboys pay him to do. In 2024, Pro Football Focus graded him at 56.6, 145th among all corners. That included a weak 60.3 coverage grade, 120th for corners. He's also allowed a passer rating north of 85 in 3 of his 5 seasons. And to think, he got $97 million for 1 good year back in 2021. Absolutely wild. Underrated, Jonathan Greenard.
Trying to get out of it again. Not this time. Waves of defenders.
Greenard had a career year for the Texans in 2023 and turned it into a 4-year, $76 million deal with the Minnesota Vikings in free agency. Fittingly, Houston signed away Pro Bowl defensive end Danielle Hunter from Minnesota to make it a clean 1-for-1 swap. Greenard went from having a career year in Houston to officially cementing himself as one of the NFL's elite pass rushers. And yet, even after his last 2 seasons, you're not really hearing his name with the likes of TJ Watt, Nick Bosa, and Myles Garrett. He had 12 sacks, 3 pass breakups, and 4 forced fumbles in his first year with Minnesota, but the stats alone really don't do justice. Greenard finished 2024 with the 10th best pass rush win rate for edge defenders at ESPN, and the 4th best run stop win rate. Greenard's 24.5 sacks are the 7th most in football since 2023. Yeah, that's more than Max Crosby, Nick Bosa, and Trevon Walker. And yet still, the man ain't getting no respect. Overrated? Deebo Samuel. Like Trevon Diggs, Samuel's getting more attention and credit than deserved because of his one great season that also took place back in 2021. That year, Samuel racked up 77 receptions for 1,405 yards and 6 touchdowns, along with 365 rushing yards and 8 rushing scores.
Deebo Samuel in the backfield. He gets it on the toss. Blockers in front. Samuel cuts it back inside the 5. Breaks it.
Samuel added 291 yards of offense and 2 touchdowns in the San Francisco 49ers' surprise run to the NFC Championship game, earning Pro Bowl and first-team All-Pro nods. Samuel was thusly rewarded with a 3-year contract extension worth $71.55 million. But you know, his production was not the same in San Fran again. Over his next 3 years in San Fran, Samuel never exceeded 892 receiving yards or 1,117 yards in a season. Since averaging 87.8 receiving yards per game in 2021, his best average in a season was 59.5 in 2023.
Purdy sets, launch, has Samuel wide open. He's got it. Touchdown.
Samuel's 2024 PFF grade of 70.9 also ranked 51st among 98 graded wide receivers. We're not denying that he's a good player who makes it that much harder for opposing defenses, but he is nothing close to the All-Pro guy that we saw for 1 year. The 49ers knew that, which is exactly why they happily gave him away to the Washington Commanders for a 5th-round pick. Underrated? Jordan Mailata. Offensive linemen in general are kinda overlooked, but Mailata is on a whole nother level. We suppose such is life when you've spent the bulk of your career on an elite offensive line with 2 future Hall of Fame members in Jason Kelce and Lane Johnson. Then throw in quarterback Jalen Hurts, running back Saquon Barkley, wide receivers A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith, and tight end Dallas Goedert, and, well, you can see why Mailata's name is often lost in the conversations of the Philadelphia Eagles' star-studded offense. But Mailata, whom the Eagles drafted in round 7 at number 233 overall in 2018, has been an ultra-valuable centerpiece of the team's success under Nick Sirianni.
2018 NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jordan Mailata, tackle.
Consider that Mailata was PFF's 3rd highest graded player for 2024 at 95.1, the 2nd best single-season grade for an offensive lineman since they launched in 2006. Only Trent Williams of the 49ers had a higher grade at 96.6 in 2021. Mailata finished as PFF's 2nd best pass-blocking offensive tackle as well as their number 1 run blocker at the position. And then a year earlier, Mailata posted a PFF grade of 84.1, a big-time jump from the 76.5 grade that he had in 2022. So we conclude with the following message. Please, put some more respect on Jordan Mailata's name. Overrated? Stefon Diggs. There was a time when Diggs was among the NFL's top wide receivers, as evidenced by a first-team All-Pro selection in 2020, plus a second-team All-Pro nod in 2022. Even though Diggs wanted you to believe that he was the key reason for Josh Allen's success, 2024 proves the contrary. Allen won his first NFL MVP award in 2024 and was oh so close to leading Buffalo to a Super Bowl appearance, something that never happened with Diggs in Buffalo. Yeah, he is definitely a good receiver. But remember when he led the NFL in receptions and receiving yards in 2020? Well, he also led the NFL in targets that year with 166.
Allen play action, faking the handoff over the middle. Dangerous pass, it's caught.
He never even came close to those 2020 numbers again in Buffalo. But 100 receptions and 1K receiving are easy marks to hit when you're getting 150 plus targets a year. Not to mention that he never showed up for Buffalo in the playoffs, especially in those 3 losses to the Kansas City Chiefs.
For the lead. Butker from 35, dead center. Now 11 for...
Without Allen, his career high in receiving yards is 1,130. Yeah, definitely good, but not all-pro caliber. The New England Patriots handed Diggs a 3-year deal worth $63.5 million in free agency, aka a lot for a receiver who needs Josh Allen to perform like a superstar. And, yeah, good luck to the Patriots with that. Diggs was excellent for the most part during his 4 years in Buffalo, but his days as a starter are over, and the Pats are gonna learn this the hard way. Underrated, Trent McDuffie. Feels like the Kansas City Chiefs' success primarily goes to 5 people: Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, head coach Andy Reid, and defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo. Like the Bill Belichick-Tom Brady dynastic Patriots, the Chiefs have mastered the art of letting big-name veterans go and replacing them with younger and cheaper options. But ex-Chief stars like Tyrann Mathieu and L'Jarius Sneed always get the credit when it is due. So when will the same happen for McDuffie? The number 21 pick of the 2022 NFL Draft already has 2 Super Bowl rings, 2022 First Team All-Pro, and 2023 Second Team All-Pro nods under his belt. And yet, he still isn't in the mix for top cornerback with the likes of Pat Surtain II, Sauce Gardner, and Derek Stingley Jr., which is truly a shame. McDuffie was PFF's second highest graded corner for 2024, behind only Surtain. He had grades of 90.5 in pass rush, 79.9 in run defense, and 80.6 in coverage. He's more than an elite shutdown guy. McDuffie is a special chess piece who does it all for Spags. Look, do you need anything else? Those 2 rings don't do the talking? That's fine, because McDuffie is totally okay just flying under the radar. Overrated, Kyler Murray. Yeah, hard to believe, but it's already been 6 whole years since Murray was taken first overall by the Arizona Cardinals in 2019.
The Arizona Cardinals select Kyler Murray, quarterback, Oklahoma.
Well, let's fast forward to 2025, and the results have been meh at best. What happened? As a former first overall pick, two-way athlete, and occasional highlight reel, Murray gets far more attention and hype than deserved. And to be perfectly blunt, what has he accomplished up to this point? Like, seriously. The 2-time Pro Bowler has never hit 4,000 yards or 30 passing touchdowns in a season. 14 active quarterbacks have a higher career passer rating than Murray's 92.4. His 7 yards per pass attempt aren't even in the top 20 for active QBs. Murray's strong starts, only to be canceled out by terrible second-half collapses, have been very well documented. He has 1 playoff appearance and 0 postseason wins under his belt, even with guys like DeAndre Hopkins, Zach Ertz, Hollywood Brown, James Conner, and Marvin Harrison Jr. as his primary weapons. If Kyler Murray showed some consistency, we'd understand all the hype around him. But man, we need to see some better individual performances and team success for the $230.5 million man to justify all the love that he gets. Underrated, Drake London. Washington Commanders star Terry McLaurin was once a popular pick for the most underrated wide receiver in the game, but it felt like Scary Terry got a lot more love in 2024 thanks to him finally having an elite quarterback in Jaden Daniels. McLaurin was putting up consistently strong numbers with mediocre or terrible QBs early in his career. That's where the current Atlanta Falcons star is right now. The number 8 pick of 2022 had a solid rookie year with Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder as his QBs, racking up 72 catches for 866 yards and 4 touchdowns. A year later, London caught 69 passes for 905 yards and 2 touchdowns, with Ridder and career journeyman Taylor Heineke as his QBs. Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix Jr. served as minor upgrades over the previous Atlanta QBs, and keyword, minor, and London turned in a career year anyway with 100 receptions for 1,271 yards and 9 touchdowns. London's 2.57 yards per route run from the slot led the NFL, but that number jumped all the way to 3.52 when Penix took over for Cousins. But hey, which other overrated and underrated NFL players should we have included on our list here? Do you agree with the people that we selected? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, then hey, clicking that like button helps us out a ton. And you know, we really appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, then subscribing is a great idea, because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.